Chapter 1. The Baby Sister. I never thought I would have to deal with a 29-year-old sister who wanted to be a baby. But here I am, living with a grown woman who insists on acting like a toddler. It all started a few months ago when my sister, Emily, decided that she didn't want to be a big girl anymore. She wanted to be a baby. At first, I thought it was just a phase. Maybe she was going through some sort of midlife crisis or something. But as the days went by, it became clear that Emily was serious about this baby act. She started talking in a high-pitched, baby-like voice and would only say, "Mama," and "Dada." She even started wearing diapers and would cry like a little baby whenever she didn't get her way. I tried to talk to her about it, but she would just pout and refuse to listen. It was like she had regressed back to being a toddler, and there was no reasoning with her. So, I decided to just go along with it and see where this bizarre journey would take us. Every day, I would come home from work to find Emily playing with her toys and sipping on a bottle of milk. She would crawl around the house, giggling and babbling like a baby. It was both hilarious and slightly concerning, but I couldn't help but be amused by her antics. One day, I came home to find Emily sitting in the middle of the living room, surrounded by her stuffed animals. She looked up at me with big, innocent eyes and held out her arms, signaling for me to pick her up. I couldn't help but chuckle as I scooped her up and carried her to the couch. As I sat down with her in my lap, Emily snuggled into me and rested her head on my chest. She looked up at me with a contented smile and said, "Mama." I couldn't help but smile back at her and play along. From that day on, I became Emily's mama. She would follow me around the house, clinging to my leg and calling out for me whenever she needed something. It was both endearing and exhausting, but I couldn't deny that I was starting to enjoy this new dynamic between us. As the weeks went by, Emily's baby act became more and more elaborate. She would throw tantrums when she didn't get her way and would demand to be fed and changed like a real baby. It was like living with a tiny dictator, but I couldn't help but love her for it. Despite the challenges of living with a grown woman who wanted to be a baby, I couldn't deny that Emily's antics brought a sense of joy and laughter into our home. It was a bizarre and hilarious situation, but it was one that I wouldn't trade for anything in the world. And so, I embraced my role as Emily's mama, and continued to navigate the ups and downs of living with a 29-year-old baby sister. It was a wild and unpredictable journey, but one that I wouldn't have traded for anything in the world. After all, who knew that having a baby sister could be so much fun?